Hey guys, welcome back. So we are currently discussing the data structures in Python. In the previous video, we learned about the list data structure. Now we're going to talk about the data structure. So tuple is, in terms of definition, right? It is ordered. It allows duplicates. It is again indexed, right? But only thing that it does not allow is, right? It is not mutable, right? Immutable. So it does not allow changing in terms of, like, once the tuple is created, it does not allow addition, modification, right? So in terms of syntax, right, tuple is generally declared in the square brackets, right? In the So we'll talk about it right now. Let's create a simple example and see how things turn around, right? It is created with a round bracket. Sorry for that, not the square bracket. So let's say, right, I have a tuple which is my underscore bat. I'm creating my underscore bat equal to giving some values. Okay. Now, as always, we can print it. We know what the output will be, all the elements. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to see 300, 300, right? What I'm trying to do is just to see whether it allows duplicates or no, it allows, right? Which is as per the definition. And as always, we also know we can access the tuple by index, right? So let's say I am accessing the index number 4. So you know what will be the index returning 6676, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now we talked about immutability, right? So let's see what we can do for that. So let's say I do something like my underscore bat of, let's say, 3 is equal 68, whatever, right? Now let's run it, right? So it clearly says tuple does not support item assignment, which is correct, right? It is immutable. And also the other thing to remember in Python tuple is that, right, we saw a lot of methods that we can use with tuple, right? So the most common ones that you would generally see is the count and index method for tuple, because tuple does not have a lot of methods, because the items cannot be changed in tuple, so it's like restricted. So we have to use them in cases where data change does not happen more, like for example, like you're managing an application and you're trying to store the username, password, all the personal identity information of the customer data, right? Mostly the username and password. So all those sensitive data can be stored using tuple. That is one way. And the other way is, like, we can talk about this particular function. So what we can do is, let's say my bad dot count of, let's say, 44, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print, so what this particular function does, it will return us how many times that particular uh, value appears in the respective tuple, right? Similarly, the second one we have is index. So it will say give us, it will return the index for for the first string where it returns, right? So it will again show one, right? Because it's the first string, first index, and it returned first one there. Also, one other important thing we have to remember, right? There is also one important concept with respect to tuple is, right, x is equal to, you can also declare a I'm sorry, single element in a tuple, right, which can be declared something like, let's say I'm declaring 7, but there is a way you have to declare it with a comma. That's how you can access that particular tuple, right, as a single element, right? So this is one area which you can, always think about. And we have talked about what tuple is. We've studied that definition, how tuple can be declared with a single item, the methods, count and index. I request you to practice more about this, and any questions, feel free to comment, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.